Father was left dead, and his fiancée in the hospital after a hit and run on the Baltimore-Washington Parkway in Maryland. It was around 9:15 p.m. on February 1st, 2015, and the couple had just finished changing a tire when they were struck by a speeding car. Thankfully, their 2 teenage children, who were with them at the time, were unharmed. But when the man's 13-year-old daughter called 911 to report the incident, the dispatcher did little to alleviate the child's distress.
Only in America. This is to just show you that, hey man, it ain't no, they gonna show you right now that it's 2 different worlds. It's 2 different laws, it's 2 different courts of law, all that. Every time you see there's a white person or something like that, some way they can get them off, they gonna get them off. You ain't gotta be no celebrity. You just gotta be, you could be Chinese, white, Mexican, just as long as you hit, like if they hit a black person, right? Some old ass white man seen these people fixing their motherfucking car on the side of the road, and this motherfucker runs them over. You know what I mean? He hit them on purpose. Because ain't no way he would have hit his own motherfucking people on purpose. Now don't tell me it was dark and shit and he couldn't see. That's bullshit. Because the lady was talking, it wasn't nighttime, because the 13-year-old daughter can see every motherfucking thing. So why couldn't this old motherfucker see everything? I'm going to give you an example. I remember when I used to have a motorcycle. And the problem wasn't me crashing or me hitting somebody. The problem was they got some racist ass people out here who are like, you know, they just want to kill a black person. So so this motherfuckers will try to run me off the road, would try to hit me, try to do all kind of shit. Basically try to kill my ass. So the same thing they did to this lady, these people, this lady's parents right here, this little girl's parents right here. They hit him, man. They don't give a fuck. Nigga, and my point is this. Fuck that they hit him. They know they gonna get off. They white, nigga. Excuse me. They white, man. Whether you're Chinese, Mexican, whoever the fuck listening to this, I don't give a fuck. This is not no America. It's only America for white people, Chinese people, and Mexican people. For black people, it ain't no fucking America. Don't tell me, well, what about the celebrities? What about Michael Jordan? That nigga ain't black. He white too. What the fuck is you doing? And I don't mean it like that. They'd get his bitch ass if he didn't have no money. But I'm just saying, but he would get treated totally different. So it's like, if you white, you don't need no money. They gonna give you your rights and shit. But the only way you gonna get some rights if you black is you got to have some money and some white friends or something, nigga, cause other than that, you ain't gonna get no justice. You in the fucking way, and the less the better. That's what's gonna happen to you. That's what this is about. Fair use and educational purposes. Now watch how this black operator disrespect this young girl. Her parents is dead, and this motherfucker telling her to shut up.
That's good. We're located now on a high rise.
So not only did they get no justice in court, they didn't get no justice from 911. So I don't believe in this bullshit no more. Fuck the American dream. The American dream is American nightmare. That shit only apply to certain people. And it don't apply to black people. And them few little faggot athletes that be making it in shit, that ain't no motherfucking black folks. Them is some motherfuckers who just got some athletic ability.
Okay. And are they breathing?
They don't run a motherfucking thing. They don't change no laws. So who gives a fuck about a gold medal?
I'm sorry? I don't need the GPS.
Yes, you do, you little faggot. Yes, you do.
Okay, we're already en route. Are these people breathing?
Yes, they are.
What is your name?
Sonny Williams.
Victim, that's my motherfucking name. Victim.
Yes,
One of them is conscious.
My name is Victor.
2 people were struck.
Black on black, white on white. That's my name.
Stop whining. It's hard to understand you.
Welcome
2
to the
people
American
were
dream.
struck, correct? And they are breathing.
Not these motherfuckers out here thinking they gonna play basketball, thinking they gonna play baseball, thinking they gonna play any of that shit. And they got a million motherfucking immigrants at the border ready to come to America and take that motherfucking, that fake ass job and show you that it ain't a dream, it's a nightmare, because it's impossible to even reach it. So why is you even trying to reach that dream or even trying to fuck with that dream? Just let it go and try to do something practical. Like fight for your civil rights, because you ain't got none. What good is going to a basketball game and you ain't got no fucking civil rights? What good is playing on a basketball team and you can't make it to the NBA? Fuck that. This shit is a joke, man. What good is doing all this shit and you don't get nothing out of it?
Ma'am, I need you to walk up to these people and I need you to
Except
tell
abused.
me what's going on with these people. Is there someone else there I can talk to because it's so hard?
Stupid ass.
Well,
You hear him?
One person is conscious.
You hear
correct?
this dude, and he black too.
And one person is unconscious. Okay, ma'am.
See,
please stop
see,
yelling.
he should be the
Stop yelling,
police.
please.
What the fuck is he doing as
Stop
a
yelling. You said
911 operator? He need to be the police, because he don't sound like he have any compassion at all for this 13-year-old girl's situation. He's stressing her out more. She really want to cuss his ass out
Why
or
is he
hang
laying
up in
on
his
top of
face.
her? Why is he leaning on her?
Because he can't cuss your ass out. That's why. Because she can't cuss your ass out. That's why. And fire you.
Ma'am.
What is you doing as an operator?
Laying on top or leaning up against her was part of the
Asking all them stupid ass questions.
Okay. Police, go ahead with your questions.
And did you see what kind of vehicle?
What you mean? Go ahead with your question. She ain't no motherfucking question. Nigga, you the one asking all the questions. She answered, she told you a description, and then you went and just started inventing shit. You the one inventing
About
the
a minute
question.
into this call, another
She
person
told you,
who
tell him to
remains
hurry
unknown
up.
to the public
She didn't say
also
nothing
called
else
to report
about
the
no
incident.
questions.
This dispatcher sent units to the scene while the original dispatcher was still talking to the 13-year-old and was yet to send help. And the
You
20
see that? He ain't even sent a damn ambulance, and he's sitting there talking to the lady, wasting her motherfucking time. And if she was to hang up in his face, he would be like, well, you won't get no help from me. Some shit like that. She should have hung up and then called another 911. That's all I could have did. Hang up on his ass and get somebody else, because he ain't even sent nobody yet, and she keep asking him the question, have you sent anybody? Don't let me get my answers questions answered first. Don't you rush me. All that old bull crap. See that? That's a joke. He ain't even called yet.
And it's between the couple being...
I mean, he ain't even sent no ambulance yet. What kind of... Man, they need to be sued. Fuck that. They gotta get sued for this. I don't see how they getting away with this.
hit and help arriving. Not a single vehicle stopped to help. Warwick had pulled over to change the tire on the parkway just north of Route 197, about 20 miles from Baltimore. His hazard lights were on, and his children were holding flashlights. Warwick had just finished changing the tire when the vehicle smashed into him and pierced and sped away. Other than the children, there were no witnesses. 38-year-old Rick Warwick and his fiancée, 28-year-old Julia Pierce, were rushed to the hospital, but the father of 5 had sustained fatal injuries and died that Sunday night.
You thought that old ass senile Ku Klux Klan, ex-Ku Klux Klan member, nigga, he's 70 years old. He was, nigga, he a loyal, be a Boy Scout Ku Klux Klan. You know he wasn't gonna miss them people. He was gonna run their ass over and then go home and be like, well, We showed them niggas that they ain't free. Cause they dead. That's why, nigga. Welcome to America, motherfucker. Ain't no such thing. Only motherfucking place you going is the cemetery. That white man did not miss them. He hit them on purpose.
His fiancée had a broken femur,
He probably was an ex-policeman, nigga.
but survived. The biological mother of Warwick's children had already passed away, so the teams became orphans after he died.
Oh, Lord.
Police
See?
collected debris from
He creating orphans and shit. Oh, happy day. This motherfucker celebrating and shit. He just created some orphans. Ain't that a blast?
the scene, including fragments of the
You think
vehicle
he playing?
that had fled the collision.
Welcome to the American dream, y'all. Hell yeah, the American nightmare.
However, as the weeks turned into months,
No
the police
motherfucking
had turned
dream,
up
nigga.
nothing. Then,
shit
3
jumping
months
off.
after leaving the fatal accident scene,
There
a
you go.
73-year-old man named Earl Teeter
There you
turned
go.
himself in. Police seized the vehicle he had been driving,
Earl.
a 2004 Toyota Sienna, from Brown's Honda repair shop in a suburb of Baltimore, and charged him with leaving the scene of an accident and operating a vehicle without due care.
What the fuck is you talking about? He just killed 2 motherfuckers. What you mean he leaving the scene? They giving this nigga a misdemeanor. He done killed 2 motherfuckers with his car, and they gave him a misdemeanor and a traffic ticket. See, now that sound like racism to me. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shit right there sound like straight up racism. And then you can see Colonel Sanders, then the motherfucker is the one, the Ku Klux Klansman, then is the one that hit the people, and now they gonna give him a pass?
Both charges carry a maximum sentence of 6 months.
6
He
months,
pleaded
y'all.
guilty to both crimes.
6 months for killing 2
But
black
when he was
people.
sentenced on September 30th, he was spared jail and
That's
given
all you
24
get.
months probation for each charge
6
in
months for
community
killing 2
service.
black people. Ain't that
He was
beautiful?
allowed to keep his driving license with
Welcome
the
to the
restriction of
American
only being
dream,
allowed
nigga.
to drive during certain
Stop
hours.
playing.
The judge said that Teeter's light
Ain't
sentence
no
was due to the
motherfucking civil
incident
rights.
happening on a
Ain't no
parkway.
motherfucking
Teeter being a
justice.
Vietnam War vet and
Ain't
had
no
prior
motherfucking
driving
peace.
convictions.
Welcome
After being
to the
sentenced,
American dream.
Teeter
nigga.
left the court without making a statement. Pierce was heartbroken and told WUSA 9, "I understand that he was older and that it wasn't going to be much.
What the
but
fuck that got to do with it? If it would have been a black man and he would have been older and he hit some fucking white lady, I bet you they wouldn't have let his ass off. I bet you they would have gave his ass manslaughter or something. How the fuck you gonna get this motherfucker a traffic ticket?
It really just needed him to
And
say he was
6
sorry.
months probation.
And he wasn't sorry," she told CBS Baltimore.
Sure wasn't, so you heard her. They hiding shit. The lady even know. He was not sorry. He did that shit on purpose.
Human beings, not roadkill. That's what it makes me feel like, roadkill. Warwick's
We human
mother,
beings, not
Charmaine
roadkill.
Farrell Anthony, told the same outlet, "It was just a sad day. A sad day. The justice wasn't served fair." When the 911 call was released, the public was outraged. Captain Davies, who spoke on behalf of the department that had taken the call, admitted to the LA Times that the call didn't meet their expectations or follow the training they had been given. He said, "The dispatcher has been placed in a job where he has no public contact until we complete the process of the investigation."
Whatever that means.
Captain Davies
Whatever
from
that means.
Arundel Fire Department told the press, "That's not how the public expects to be treated when calling 911 in an emergency
What
like that,"
public?
but also stated that, "While the call did not meet our expectations, we do not believe it affected dispatch time."
Uh-huh.
But
You ain't
Victor
lying,
Stone,
they in the
an
cemetery.
attorney for the Maryland Crime Victims
Sure did,
Resource
they
Center,
dispatched him.
disagrees. The Chicago Tribune reported him saying, "If Teeter had actually called 911, even if it had meant them getting there a handful of minutes earlier, I think there's a chance they could have saved Warwick's life." An attorney who argued for Teeter to get jail time told the court that if the hit and run had happened on any other road in Maryland, he would have faced up to 5 years per charge in jail. Earl Teeter died almost 6 years later, in December 2020, at the age of 78. As for the 911 dispatcher who told Warwick's daughter to stop whining, He no longer works for the fire
Yo,
department
why didn't he
and
put his
won't be
ass
taking
in jail?
any more 911 calls.
Fuck the white man. You know they ain't gonna do nothing to him. Get that black dude, the one nobody give a fuck about, the 911 operator. Get his ass.
California, we sure have been through something like
Get his.
never.
I mean, what's the
Like a few
problem
days
here?
ago?
Is this lady really in love
She been running
to the
into
point
her?
to where she'd kill her own kids, or is this just black on black? I don't know.
Like, it'd be weird to turn cold.
Cause this mama done killed
What
her
is
little
your name?
4-year-old baby for some
I'm
man she don't even
Adriana
fucking know. Just
What's
mentioned
your last
shit.
name?
Talking about she in love and
Did you
shit.
guys try contacting the child's pediatrician?
But the thing is,
Yeah, did you call her
this is
pediatrician?
another one about the system fails the key victim. It helped the perpetrator commit the fucking crime and commit more crimes until it's like the person is dead now. The little girl is dead now. They tell her there ain't no more crime to commit. They just let them keep on abusing the little girl until she dead.
This started?
And this is the system. They need to sue the system.
No, I actually just spoke with a 24-hour nurse.
Okay. What is she doing now?
Well, now I just got her sitting up. I tried to even do mouth to mouth.
Sitting up, she dead.
Well, if she's breathing, you probably don't
Right
need
now, I got her
CPR.
sitting up.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Cause I put my fingers, I'm
putting my
trying to figure out
finger.
What else can I do? Like
She should be
put
choking
my
if you
hand
put her
into
finger
nose,
down her throat.
breathing, and I didn't feel no air coming out. Like,
Oh,
she got-
hell no.
Wait a minute, is she not breathing?
No,
Your child is not breathing?
no.
Okay, let's do CPR then.
That's what I'm trying to do. I didn't do my whole force 2 hands. I just two hands, two fingers.
Damn
basically,
shame.
is what I'm doing.
Okay, I want you to get her on a flat surface.
Damn shame,
Okay.
boy.
Okay,
Tender.
say it again.
All right, place your daughter flat on her back on the floor, okay?
Okay.
Kneel down near her chest.
You see the fake daddy talking about
She
okay?
is definitely not
The
breathing,
fake
correct?
daddy there too.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Place the
nigga
heel
that
of your
she
hand
supposed to
in
be
the
in
center
love
of her
with.
chest.
That ain't the child's
Put your
original
other
father.
hand on top of the first hand. I
That's
want
the
you
fake
to push
daddy.
down firmly on the chest at least
Or the
2 inches.
stepdaddy or whatever. He
Only
ain't even a
the heel of
damn
your
step.
hand.
He's just some
Okay.
nigga she in love with.
We're going to do it 30 times, just like you're pumping her chest,
They
okay?
ain't married.
You're going to count out loud with me. Are you ready?
Okay.
Keep going, okay? The squad just called us. They're on scene. I need one of you guys to get up and go open the door. Okay?
They got it on?
Is she still not breathing?
Yeah, she make a sound whenever we do that, whenever we, we do the little pumping thing. She made a sound like a,
You lying ass. You hear that lying shit?
Somebody should still be pumping.
still cold here.
You hear that lying shit?
There's cold air coming out of the nose.
No, hell no.
Okay, she's got
You're
air
lying.
coming out. Is her chest rising up and down?
No.
Her chest is not. All right, keep pumping. Okay, her chest is going up and down. I want you to keep going until the squad gets over.
The paramedics here now.
All right, let them take over, okay?
All right.
All right.
Some of those things. Lewis's defense attorney attempted to place the blame solely on the child's mother. In her closing argument, she stated, he didn't want this child to die. That's why when he found her unresponsive, he called 911.
Yeah.
He wanted to save her life.
That's why he smacked her
Prosecution
upside the
several
head and
witnesses
gave her a
to
black
back up
eye.
their argument that both defendants had abused Anaya and were responsible for her death.
Yeah, that's why she had a black eye.
Day's sister testified that she had observed changes in her niece's appearance and behavior, and that things worsened when her sister began her relationship with Lewis.
She didn't really seem like a child. She was very standoffish. She really didn't. Seemed happy.
After a while, she said, her niece's physical determination became more noticeable.
She was getting smaller. I thought maybe that just had something to do with her getting taller. You know, when you grow, toddlers grow, they slim out a little bit. She was just getting littler and littler, to the point you can see the extension of her stomach sticking out, so to speak.
Toward the end of 2017, the sisters fell out, and Day blocked her sister on social media. Concerned that her niece was being abused, she informed family services and contacted Anaya's biological father, Mikal Garrett.
I told Michael that I felt like Anaya was being abused. Something wasn't right, that they were hiding her, she wasn't coming around a lot, and that we needed to do something to stop this. I told family service the same thing, that something was wrong with my sister, something was going on with her. She needed help, and that they needed to get my niece out of that household.
They need to arrest
Anaya's father
911.
also took the stand. He said he had also reported the abuse to Cuyahoga County Children and Family Services and had been in the process of trying to get sole custody of his daughter.
Protect our children, speak out, be that voice, and make sure it's heard. For the fathers out there that's still fighting to be in their children's lives, just always ensure that children's lives are always protected, and those are who fail children's lives are always held accountable as well.
Anaya attended 2 daycare centers. A member of staff from Harbor Press Daycare Academy testified at trial.
So like I said, Mama. And then I said, is that her? And she said, yeah. She said, Mommy did it, but Mommy said I failed.
One day, the little girl was dropped off at daycare with a black eye.
Sweetie, did you fall off the slide, off the swing? Like, what happened? And she said, Mommy pushed me. And I said, outside? She said, down some steps. Mommy pushed me.
When the daycare worker asked Day about this, the mother said her daughter was lying. On another occasion, a staff member noticed Anaya had facial injuries and dried blood in her ear. The worker demanded the daycare center call 911 and threatened to quit if nothing was done. The detective who had noticed the bottles of cleaner and also testified. He spoke of the apartment being very clean and mentioned finding wet towels in the bathroom. Police believed that Day and Lewis had cleaned up after Anaya was harmed and before they called 911. When called as a witness, a nurse told the jury, "My observations were the little girl was skin and bones. Her eyes were wide open. Her mouth was open. The nurse said Anaya was bruised, fragile, stiff, and cold." Deputy Medical Examiner Joseph Fellows' testimony was harrowing. He described the suffering the 4-year-old had endured at the hands of her abusers.
When I did the external examination, I'm looking for any signs of injuries or illnesses, and certainly the major illness that I see is malnourishment, as I stated, those findings there. Her skin is very loose, and that's because she's lost the muscles and fat that make our skin more plump, and I can see her underlying bones. Looking for signs of injuries, she essentially has a very prominent black eye. She's got a bruise around her left eye, and it's a very prominent purple color, with a laceration, which is a tear caused by blunt trauma of her left upper eyelid. She also has a bruise on the right side of her forehead. And then she has some scattered abrasions on her left arm and as well as her back. There's also some areas where her skin has sloughed off. They were blisters at one time, and those are collected on her lower legs, on both the right and left lower legs and her feet. I documented everything externally.
The internal examination revealed further signs of the abuse Anaya had suffered.
Internally, she has, consistent with a loss of soft tissue, so she doesn't have much fat. Her muscles have somewhat wasted away. Below the dura, which is a thick
guilty, signed by all 12 jurors. The further finding with respect to count 2 is guilty of felonious assault, permitting child abuse, endangering children as to the offense of violence, under the murder B of count 2, signed by all 12 jurors. Count 3, guilty of felonious assault, signed by all 12 jurors. Count 5, endangering children, guilty, signed by all 12 jurors. Further finding the defendant did cause serious physical harm to Anaya Day, signed by all 12 jurors. Count 6, endangering children, guilty, signed by all 12 jurors. Further finding the defendant did cause serious physical harm to Anaya Day, signed by all 12 jurors. Count 8, tampering with evidence, guilty, signed by all 12 jurors. Sorry, count 7 as well, guilty of endangering children, signed by all 12 jurors. The further finding with respect to count 7, the defendant did cause serious physical harm to Anaya Day. With respect to defendant Lewis, count 1, we, the jury in this case, being duly and panel sworn, do find the defendant Deontay Lewis guilty of aggravated murder in violation of 2903.01C of the Ohio
Well, there go the
Revised Code.
cups.
Count 2,
There go the cups, bud.
murder B. Defendant
You
is
shouldn't
guilty,
even
signed by all 12 jurors.
did that.
With respect to the further finding of the offense of violence,
Well, why you think the first dude left her? She's psycho, and now you psycho.
signed by all 12
And
jurors.
she talked you into being a desperate
Committing child
fucking
abuse.
cockhound. That's about all you was. You was a sex slave, dude, and you ain't no sex slave no more.
Guilty, signed by
Nigga, you
all
an
12
inmate now.
Day and Lewis were
Well,
both sentenced to
you
life
must have
without
been
the
a psycho
possibility of
too, though,
parole.
in the first place. Because why would you
Following the
do that?
verdict, Paul Grieco, Anaya's birth father's attorney, told the press
You
that the
should
verdict was
have
just the
reported
first step
her.
in responsibility and accountability for Anaya's death.
You
and
should have
said,
reported her.
the system failed Anaya and the Garrett family, and the system will be held accountable.
The changes that they're making, they talk about it, but we don't see any action being made behind it.
Investigations were started into
Well,
Cuyahoga
they got
County
the new
Children and
system.
Family Services and the daycare centers.
Ain't
Anaya
nothing
attended.
changed.
Cuyahoga County released
Can't
a
get a
statement
break.
that read, "We know that we are expected to see and recognize patterns of abuse and neglect, and if the internal investigation determines we did something wrong, there will be discipline."
I got kids on my shits, nigga, nachos. Slow it down, then I speed it up. She bring the ass full circle, I'ma beat it up. Slow it down, then I speed it up. She bring the ass full circle, I'ma beat it up. Bitch, turn the lights out. Let's ride right now, bitch, nigga, break down, or I'ma bring the pipes out. I can't get no rest, I'm a night out. Fuck a lockdown, we outside now, bitch, turn the lights out. Let's ride right now, bitch, nigga, break down, or I'ma bring the pipes out. I can't get no rest, I'm a night out. Fuck a lockdown, we outside now. This for anybody, I don't give a fuck who's talking. I ain't anybody, you, him, her, me, fuck everybody. If it were completely up to me, I'd kill everybody. The lights out, I'm gonna bring the pipes out. Bitch, turn the lights out. I'm gonna bring the motherfucking pipes out. Bitch, turn the lights out. Let's fight right now, bitch, nigga, break down, or I'ma bring the pipes out. I can't get no rest, I'm a night out. Fuck a lockdown, we outside now, bitch, turn the lights out. Let's fight right now, bitch, nigga, break down, or I'ma bring the pipes out. I can't get no rest, I'm a night out. Fuck a lockdown, we outside now.
You know, everybody can't make it in no football, basketball, sports, college. Everybody can't make it, right? Some people need to just lower their expectations and get a regular job, right? If they can find that, or do whatever, hustle, or do whatever they can do, right? But they should do something they can do. Don't follow the leader. That's my advice to any young person. You know, but these old people, like this dude right here, the coach and shit, he don't give a fuck. He just gonna put you through the trade windmill and you gonna just get chopped.